Oh, hey, Bleach. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's been a while. How have you been?
I'm good. Is it going live or no?
It's live right now, yeah.
How you been?
I've been good. Just been busy here with like work and everything. Finally got my driver's license after putting it off for a couple of years, so happy with that.
I hear you. I hear you. I just got back from vacation a couple weeks ago. Well, not 2 weeks ago.
How was that?
It's good. It was good. I actually got to go to Washington State and got to visit a few national parks.
Oh, nice. Which ones did you visit?
The Olympic National Forest. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that.
Oh, how was that? Did you see anything weird out there or anything unusual?
Well, the thing is, they actually do have a Bigfoot spider counter thing.
Oh, they do. That's actually cool. I'll have to take a look at that here online.
At the ranger station, they have a board that says, you know, like the joke is last day since last accident or incident, right?
Yeah.
They have a little board they draw with a picture of a Sasquatch wearing a hat saying last day since sighting, and it's been 3 months since they've had a sighting.
So no one's seen a Sasquatch then for 3 months.
That they told. I mean, you know how it goes. Some people don't want to bring their sightings forward at all, so
right.
That's the last one they have documented. It could have been, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
You would think that in a forest that has that much tourism, you know. But even Sasquatch make mistakes, though.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes, like when I'm sometimes when I type, I don't respond right, like as quick as I should. But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's actually really cool, though. I mean, I do hope that it actually changes to like sighting like 1 day ago or something, because that would be fucking insane.
Washington State has a lot of Bigfoot stuff in comparison to here, where at least there it's much the Pacific Northwest versus the South. People are a little bit more willing to talk about it in the Pacific Northwest than here.
Right.
I mean, in Louisiana, the only place that actually talks about Sasquatch is Honey Island.
Yeah. Because, like, the Honey Island swamp creature.
Which I don't care what other people say is anything. It's not a half alligator, half gorilla. It's just a Sasquatch. I don't know what people are getting, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I have seen pictures of, like, drawings and everything of, like, it's like this half alligator, half, like, ape creature, and I'm just like, that doesn't really make sense to me, you know?
You want to get to the meat of the discussion tonight, or do you want to, or anything else you want to talk about first?
Well, I mean, we're already 5 minutes in, so we can start actually like right away. I'll just do my little intro here, and we'll get ready to go.
All right, you got an intro?
Yeah. So hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Cryptocast, your source for all things cryptid-related, unknown, and paranormal. I'm your host, Parker, and today we are joined again with Thomas, and we're going to be talking about some of the weirder things that people believe about Bigfoot and kind of debunking them here. And that's what I'm kind of going with, right?
Yeah, that's all right.
So we're pretty much going to be talking about this thing that people believe called we call them the woo believers. They believe that
I talked about this last time. The woo is the broad spectrum of believers who considers Sasquatch to be a supernatural entity,
right,
not a flesh-and-blood creature.
Like people saying that like they've seen Bigfoot phase through the walls in their bedrooms at night, or like Bigfoot can teleport.
Like anything other than the idea that it's a great ape or it's an unknown hominid, it's a human relative, no. Or anything else. Like anything beyond that is woo.
So it's just like pretty much like all the people out there that are like Bigfoot's like a paranormal entity or something.
Yeah, like it's an alien, it's from another dimension, it's a fairy, it's all these, convoluted ideas.
Like,
okay, the reason why I take the stand that it's a flesh and blood creature, okay, I'll be the first to admit this. Science is not flawless.
It's not,
no.
Scientists
can be extremely arrogant, too.
They can be,
They think because we don't have something we can chop up on a board, just chop up, dissect on a table, it doesn't exist.
And like they instantly assume like it's just like, oh, these people are just imagining it. They're crazy. It's like a misidentified bear sighting.
Well, it's just saying, okay, people only, I'm gonna explain. Okay, humans really don't know jack of shit.
Right.
We think we know, but really, it's just it's just what we do. Okay, we come to a point where we say, we know this much information, that's all we need.
I mean, like, kind of going off that a little bit, like, we don't know, like, the ocean, too. Like, the ocean's not explored, and people act like, oh, we know everything that's down there. We don't know what jack shit what's in the ocean. We just know, like, about, like, less than half of it.
I know. I think it's the arrogance of mankind to believe that in this day and age, thanks to science, we've shaken everything, we know everything.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, that is not the reason why I believe Sasquatch is a flesh and blood creature. Not because, although I do believe that yes, it is an evolved, it is a human relative, or at the very least, a great ape.
Right.
But it's not through any scientific method kind of crap. I believe that I'm going by the vast majority of the sightings.
Right. I mean, and then like, there's just like all these people out there that are like, oh, Sasquatch, Yeti, what pretty much like the regional variant from there are. You claim like people that are like, oh yeah, I saw Bigfoot just like manipulate the light and turn himself invisible or just disappear. I saw him like teleport. He was in one area, then I looked away, he was in the next area, and like Bigfoot was just doing all like this paranormal shenanigans and everything. Bigfoot psychically attacked me. Read my internet search history, just all this really stuff that Bigfoot cannot do.
Okay, go by hear the report. Actually hear the report. Actually sit down and listen to the majority. You will hear over and over again patterns echo over and over again of behavior. Patterns consistent with the behaviors of regular. Most living creatures adhere to certain patterns, correct?
Right, yes.
They have predictable behavior.
Like birds fly, they go get their food and bring it back to their nest for their young, and they do that like until the young get old enough to leave the nest, and just the cycle repeats.
Just like little things like great white sharks will dive down, then swim straight up to catch seals and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, just like pretty much just like animal nature at this point.
Sasquatch has the phenomenon is the same thing as Sasquatch. They adhere to certain patterns.
Mm-hmm. Like,
okay, like usually like rock throwing, vocalization, you know what I mean?
like, and also like trying to avoid humans and everything. Because I mean, like from what I've seen, like they try to avoid humans as much as possible, which like kind of shows that they're intelligent.
And even when they don't, there's still predictable behavior.
Right.
Versus humans that are unpredictable, Sasquatch, okay, in a lot of the word, in a sense, they're predictable what they're going to do.
Right.
Going to hide in the shadows, throw rocks, so and so and so and so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just like normal animal behavior that's typical to that species.
I'm not saying they do things that go out beyond this because they are more intelligent. They can make their own decisions, but at the same time, they do it like every other species. Even humans adhere to patterns.
We do, yeah.
An individual person will repeat the same thing over and over again.
Like get up, go to work, have lunch, come home, watch TV, go to bed. Repeat the cycle.
I'm saying I'm saying everything about them feels like a real animal.
Right. And all these people out there, like the woo believers, are like, oh no, Bigfoot's like this supernatural entity that like phases through the bedroom walls and does all this stuff.
Going to the phasing thing, but okay. Later on, I'm going to read to you a couple of these so the audience can hear.
Oh, from the people that sent you stuff online?
Oh my God. Yeah, I could read you some of the stories in a little while, but like right now I'm saying is, okay, as far as I can tell, okay, it bleeds, it craps, it eats, it sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
It's been observed doing all of the basic functions. Okay, and they are so clearly mammalian, right?
Yes.
They come in all of the colors of mammals. The females actually have breasts, so I'm assuming they nurse their young, right?
Right.
Like other mammals, like most mammals do. They have hair. We have samples to come back as primate hair, you know what I mean?
Right.
We have all of these things. Okay, even there's evidence to suggest that they're inbreeding in cases.
Really?
Like sometimes you'll find tracks that have 3 toes, 4 toes, and at first you think that means hoaxes, but in humans, that's not unheard of either for inbreeding to cause mutations where you have a missing number of digits.
So just pretty much like all that inbreeding is just causing them to kind of like mutate and have deformities and everything.
Yeah, a small population is pushed to the brink by human expansion into an isolated area that, you know what I mean, it's not easily accessible to other beings of their own kind.
Yeah.
They're going to start okay, for fuck's sake, they don't even, like, magic. Okay, they make little shelters out of sticks and eat raw meat.
I mean, and that's not something that, like, a ghost or paranormal entity or supernatural creature would do.
There are plenty of observations of them eating.
And
okay, might I add you, like, we're like sighting where like it kills the turkey and it's just stuffing it into its mouth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I mean,
like, you know,
I mean, like, if it's a paranormal entity, ghosts and everything, they don't have like the need to eat. So this proves that like they're flesh and blood creatures that if they eat, build like basic necessities, have like bodily functions like urination, defecation, all that stuff. That's like not something a ghost would have.
No, there's like nothing to suggest supernatural.
Nothing at all, no.
I mean, like, I don't want to get into the conspiracies. Well, it may be in our dimension Bigfoot are normal, but in another dimension he is magical. I don't want to even get into that right now.
Right, because I mean there are people that believe that Bigfoot is like a interdimensional being that can travel dimensions, but that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother time.
I'm going to say there's different kinds of Bigfoot. Bigfoot native to our dimension and Bigfoot native to Dimension X are different from our dimension.
And that explains the different species like the Yowie and the Yeti and all these others.
Oh,
And then, I mean, like, and then I know you don't like talking about these guys that much, but I mean, like, how do you feel about, like, shows like Mountain Monsters, like, spreading, like, the woo theory that, like, there's that episode where, Bigfoot allegedly, like, psychically attacked one of the members. Like, how do you feel about, like, such a widely known show, like, spreading this?
okay. I don't think highly of most people,
Right.
but even your average Joe on the street will know this is just bullshit and probably just ignore this.
Right.
You probably will have very few people who buy into the shit they're peddling, so I think we're good.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because, like, there's, like, some people out there that are like, these people are so well known. Like, I mean, like, if a young kid watches the show or something, it's like, oh my gosh, mom, look at these guys. They were, like, I don't know if that's good for the youth or anything, because it's just spreading, like, all this false belief, but.
Like, I don't know, I mean. Mountain Monsters, let's try to keep them out of this one.
Right. I mean, I just brought that up just because I was curious on your thoughts about that, since it kind of pertains to tonight's topic a little bit.
That show is a joke. It should stay as a joke. It's, you know, I mean.
Yeah, don't.
We will get to some people who are crazier than this.
Yeah, don't take Mountain Monsters seriously at all. It's not a good show.
I don't believe this crap. They're just paid, overweight rednecks who are pretending to believe this crap. We're going to go talk about people who actually believe
that all this stuff is real. Hey, Jack, how are you?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, just somebody typed in the chat. They said hi to me, so I just said hi back.
Like, forget Mountain Monsters. Let's go into some. Okay, we're about to talk about some crazy people.
All right.
Okay, now I think a couple of things. One, okay, it's an attempt to justify how we have never, ever come close to proving the existence of the species.
Right.
It's the conclusion. It's like the conclusion of the Dark Ages, where people say, okay, people didn't know, people had no idea flies and maggots were the same thing, right?
Yeah, like they thought they were two different creatures.
And they thought that flies just spontaneously popped into thin air.
Right, and then like they believed that like letting blood would instantly like cure a person of all diseases, but you need your blood to fight the disease and the infection, so they're really doing more harm than good.
I'm saying it's like the kind of explanation from the Dark Ages people have about something that, it's just very elusive.
Right.
In nature. It's like the idea is, well, we haven't trapped a Bigfoot, we haven't caught a live one, we haven't even gotten a corpse. So is it like they're thinking something like it must be supernatural? That's the only logical explanation. No, there are plausible explanations that could come up, that could culminate together,
right,
to say why we have no physical evidence.
And then you get like the people that are just like, oh, Bigfoot's an alien too. Like when they die, they beam their bodies back up in the UFO, so we can't find them.
Or like they die like Obi-Wan Kenobi, like just turns into air, right?
Yeah, just like into like fucking vampire shit, like just turn into like moonbeams or something.
Yeah. Somewhere along those lines.
And the thing is, it's just all bullcrap. It's not true.
I highly doubt it, because they're just a combination of different things. Like, for one, like, people who said they have watched Sasquatch with thermal goggles have said they do the way they move is just so bizarre. Like, they hide, they shift the position, you know what I mean, to try to make sure they're not seen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just by nature, they're very stealthy and elusive.
Mm-hmm.
When they don't want to be seen, they're not seen when they don't want to be seen.
They just essentially no, I don't want to be seen. They hide behind trees, hide behind giant rocks, go deeper into the forest so people can't get near them.
question, like you say, well, we have no body. But you know an interesting, okay, here's an interesting fact I want to point out. Like I say, we have no fossil evidence. This is an interesting detail I found out. It's called a ghost lineage. You ever heard of that?
A what?
A ghost lineage.
I have not heard of that.
The term is when we have no evidence, even though we know there is an ancestor to a species living today, we have no fossil record to prove it. Like big cats, for example, they have no idea what species all modern-day big cats evolved from, like lions and tigers and cheetahs. They have no ancestor that we know of at this present time. We have not unearthed a fossil of an ancestor of any big cats today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like what Jack says in the chat, it's just a theorized species.
Yeah, you know for a fact that there was an ancestor because it's alive today. You know it had to evolve from something.
Right, like, but we don't know what, but we know it's something, so.
We have yet to find the fossils. And that's because they said at least 90% of the Earth's fossils are still in the Earth.
Exactly. Like, I mean, and like all those fossil mines, like all over the world still too. I mean, eventually something's bound to turn up, but as of right now, there is no common ancestor that we found with any of these, with the cats or the Bigfoots or anything.
And it's very seldom to find a complete skeleton of any species, you know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, like the closest one that we have is like Sue the T-Rex from the Field Museum in Chicago.
Exactly.
And that's not even complete. It was missing a few things, but it was the most complete we've ever had.
Exactly. With luck, you will find a few pieces and try to piece together what kind of animal it is based on, you know.
Mm-hmm. And like even back in the day too, like before people started putting together fossils, they didn't realize like this piece goes here. So you got like all like these weird like abomination looking fossils of like, oh my gosh, this is like the most like fucked up thing I've ever seen. But
like T-Rex walking like a person instead of walking more like a bird on two legs.
Yeah, just like switch the T-Rex's hands with its feet.
Crazy shit like that, yeah. But like I'm saying is, and even today, you wouldn't find any fossilized. Okay, Sasquatch mostly live in forest environments. The forest is not good for the preservation of bones.
It's not. Because all these insects and everything, like maggots, flies, and like all of these predators, like wolves, coyotes, and stuff, they go for that shit.
And the forest soil is acidic, and over time, the bones will basically just turn into a chalky white substance that's unidentifiable.
And I mean, I believe he said as well that like that there's like theories going around there, like proven, I don't know, because it's been a little while since I talked to you about this, but there's like a theory going around that Bigfoot bury their dead.
Yeah, and that they even guard the burial mounds of their family.
Kind of like how people do today, so kind of like a massive Bigfoot cemetery.
It's a possibility. Okay, another thing I want to point out, I'm going to get into this, is they're going to call it Bigfoot's spell. Do you know what that means?
Bigfoot spell. I don't think I've heard of that.
Okay, whenever Sasquatch is around, all the animals start freaking out. All the animals start going quiet. The dogs start whimpering and crying.
Oh, that's
the
right.
Horses start panicking.
Like all like the apex predators that area like flee in terror, which is something that they would abnormally like never do.
Grizzly bears do this, coyotes, wolves, all of them.
Mountain lions.
I don't know about that. I've never really heard much of them together.
But I mean,
you get my point.
Yeah, just like all the big animals that would never freak out.
Even the insects, ghost they're saying that means Bigfoot has a supernatural ability. No, that's not entirely true. I think it just sounds effect on the living creatures.
Right. Or like just the fact that they recognize, the big main predator of the woods is coming out. We all got to get away from this thing, or else we could die.
Yeah, it's like more combination of infrasound and natural fear of an apex predator. Maybe it's pushing some kind of pheromones out that it's, you know what I mean, it's get other creatures. We don't know.
Yeah, because like Bigfoot's always described like in pretty much mostly every encounter that has like a horrible, horrible smell.
The smell. You know, one thing someone should really do is a series of experiments of taking a herd of deer, playing Sasquatch recorded vocalizations, and seeing the reaction.
That would be a good, that would be a good test. I know I see some deer sometimes, like maybe like if I see some deer like while I'm driving one day, I can pull over, stop, and I can do this test if I see it. And then and then Jack in the chat says that like the infrasound thing like kind of works like a gunshot, like everybody kind of like freaks out almost.
Well, if they tested infrasound effects on humans, the low of infrasound, scientists are saying that some people say they feel the paranormal. That's actually the infrasound makes it, you know what I mean, traveling through your body. You know what I mean? It has an adverse effect of increasing paranoia.
And it just freaks you out. It's like pretty much like gives you that adrenaline rush that you associate with fear.
Exactly. So I'm thinking it's just pumping out unintentional or intentionally infrasound around it.
Do you know how it would do that with like its would it be like its vocalization or
vocalizations? It's producing enough infrasound to probably freak out its prey, disorient its prey, etc., etc.
And don't most marine mammals do that as well, like dolphins, whales? Well, that's echolocation, but I believe they do release some infrasound as well.
They could. I really don't know enough about that.
I'll have to do some research on it.
But that's like marine mammals versus, you know.
Right.
But we're going to have a discussion on how I feel like, you know, orca whale. I can talk about orca whales and stuff like that later.
All right.
Okay, right now, I'm going to try. Okay, like, these are just like, okay, what I'm getting at is like attributes that could have a rational explanation. They feel is supernatural.
Right. Oh yeah, Jack says whales do use infrasounds at very, very low frequencies, so maybe Bigfoot would be able to use it like a little bit higher to freak more things out in the area than.
If it's a predator, yes. Like tigers can use infrasound to do that to have the same effect. Why wouldn't Sasquatch, if it's also a large apex predator, have a similar ability? Hell, maybe even dinosaurs could have apex. You know, I mean, dinosaurs could have.
Yeah, like I know there's like those dinosaurs have like those hollow parts inside their skull that like can like emit sound further. So maybe they could do that with like their infrasound as well if they could do it.
It's definitely a possibility.
So yeah, Bigfoot definitely could do infrasound.
I'm just saying we could have a real animal that, because it's mysterious and elusive and not fully understandable, people who are poorly educated, people are still, flat earthers, the people who believe that gender is a myth and all this other crap we have going on nowadays are proof that people have not really changed that much since the Dark Ages. Most people are just as ignorant and stupid about how the world really works.
And I mean, like the flat earther people, like I mean, I was added to a flat earth group on Kick, and like the people in there, it's pretty much just like a fucking shit show. I mean, I just stay for the memes, but I mean, it's just crazy.
But you get the point I'm saying is people haven't really changed that much since the Dark Ages, where even during, like I heard this, even during, the Romans, the more scientifically minded people of the Roman society were able to figure out the earth was round, while the average Joe on the street would say it's flat. Even back then, and nothing has changed. You have a handful of people who understand, scientifically minded people who understand how the world works, versus the people who, the average Joe Blow on the street who doesn't understand how it works. Now, in terms of supernatural Sasquatch, the only people who believe in the supernatural Sasquatch that I am willing to forgive are people who it's because of their religion, right?
Yeah.
Native American people who believe in Sasquatch, Native Americans are a very spiritual people.
They really are, yeah. Like they have like all their different gods, like pretty much like all they believe the Thunderbird was an ancient spirit as well.
Exactly. Like they all have their own. Okay, like not all Native Americans view Sasquatch as supernatural, but enough of them do view them as a spiritual creature, which I can understand. They were superstitious. They believed in supernatural superstition in every aspect of their life. There was no shit just happens. It's because of some spirit or some other phenomenon.
That's true.
And I think a lot of people who are Christian who believe in Sasquatch consider them Nephilim because, they don't believe in evolution, you know what I mean? It can't be a human species, you know what I mean? We are, according to the Bible says, man is alone, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, aren't the Nephilim supposed to be like a hybrid of like angels and humans?
Yeah, like the Goliath from the Bible was a Nephilim. They're half angel, half human giants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can kind of understand because they don't come from a scientific background. That's their closest, as far as their worldview, that's their closest approximation to,
Exactly.
I can kind of see I don't agree with them at all, but I can see where they're coming from because that's the beliefs they were born with, and they're trying to work Sasquatch into the parameter of the religion they were taught, basically.
Right. It's like if you were born Buddhism and you try to fit like a Bible, like someone from the Bible into your own religion. You got to try to find. You got to find a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would try to connect the dots in a way that compromises with it exists, but it's also plausible within my religious beliefs.
Right.
Okay, trust me, we're going to get into in a little bit, we're going to get into the people who don't even have this excuse. Or go beyond that and come up with the most insane bullshit. Okay, I think, we just discussed that I think it's people who are ignorant on the subject thinking Bigfoot could be supernatural. Let's talk about people who know it's not, but are pretending to believe that because they want attention.
Right, just like the crazy. Well, actually, no. These are still the middle people. Like you said, these are just the people that want to do it for attention. But then we'll get to the people who genuinely believe this.
Okay, there are people who are jealous of people who in this field have actual success. Like people, veterans for 20 years that go out into the woods and actually have had close encounters with Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
They get jealous and they want to contribute to the group somehow. So they make up stories to get attention from other researchers.
Right, like, oh, I saw Bigfoot in the woods this day, this time, this location.
And poof, he opened a portal. And zim, he's in Dimension X now.
He's not part of our dimensional plane. We can't track him. There's no more proof that he's out there, but I saw him. That's the only proof we have.
And, okay, we were talking earlier about flat earthers and shit, right?
Yeah.
There are flat earthers who know it's bullshit, but bad publicity is still publicity. People, even SJWs or other morons, right? There are ones, even the smart ones all know it's horseshit, but they're going to peddle this because it gets what they want.
Right. I mean, because in the day and age today, a lot of people want attention, and they'll pretty much do anything to try to get their attention from people.
Months out of it, so and so and so and so. They're getting something out of it. The stupid ones actually believe it. The smarter ones know it's horseshit, but they're going to make it up or go along with it to get attention, money, or something. This is probably the same thing with Sasquatch. The people who come up with the more grandiose, this is hoaxing on a different level, though.
Yeah, like that one YouTuber that you mentioned like mentioned before, the Ontario Bigfoot guy.
We're gonna read some of his shit in a little while, but basically he came up with all these grandiose theories. Okay, he has the recordings of Sasquatch talking, which doesn't match any of the other sound, which doesn't match any of the other vocalizations, but okay, I talked to his ex-girlfriend and online, and she said, no, he makes a lot of this shit up. He's just crazy.
And he also said that, like, he saw Bigfoot face through his basement wall or something, just like all this weird stuff, but he doesn't believe any of it because he made it all up.
Well, he does. I don't know, but like, I know he could. I don't know. He's just they try so hard to convince you, but then, they're full of shit. Like, or the ones that make videos of alleged cloaking.
Yeah.
Have you seen a couple of those?
I have, yeah.
Okay, what I'm expecting to see is Prayer with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You remember the effects they use to make Prayer, like where it blends into its environment?
But you can still see like the outline of Predator.
That's what I'm expecting to see. I end up looking at a blank camera, like, okay, nothing is still nothing.
Like somebody just pulls out a camera, just films like just nature, and there was never even any effects or any like special thing added.
This isn't even like a thing where you see a little black silhouette in the background or anything. This is just them trying to say, okay, and then there's a blur for about like a split second thing. There, that was Bigfoot. It could be anything.
Yeah, just like a little family picnic, and they just like Photoshop this blur just like floating in the background. There he is.
Yeah, I mean, like. All right, let's get into the meat of what I think most of these people are.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Let's go with like something like schizophrenia for an example for a lot of these people.
Oh,
right?
sure, yeah.
Where they believe it. Not that they're stupid, but they're just flat out crazy.
Right.
Okay, you know what I mean? They're mentally ill on some level. I mean, you have like schizophrenic people who they will stab their significant other to death in the chest 70 times with a knife, right?
Sometimes.
And the cops will arrive there, see them with the blood-soaked knife, but you know something?
Huh.
They will say, but they will actually 100% believe a giant pink dragon came out of the sky and murdered my husband. They will believe it 100%, even though they did it. From their point of view, they will pass a lie detector test saying that this is what happened, even though all the physical evidence points otherwise.
Really?
I'm just giving it as an example of, I don't know if this is particularly schizophrenia, but I'm just saying in general. You have people with mental disorders who believe 100%, like, you know what I mean, whatever happened because of, like, a magic dragon or something, right?
Right.
They will flip a car into a ditch of their own volition, but say it was, some mystical force doing it to them, or like giant carrot people from Mars controlled their brain.
Giant carrot people from Mars.
Yeah, they are people who will believe this. They're not stupid. They just have some mental issues. They will believe. They will pass the lie detector test 100%. Because as far as they're knowing, they're telling the truth. Because whatever fucked up little schism is going on in their mind, they believe this is fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They will believe. So that's the kind of people, okay, they get so mad at you when you don't believe them. They expect you to take their word at face value.
And like if you don't believe them, they act like you're the stupid one.
I know. Okay, I probably mentioned this in the last video, but I had a group called Skookum Valley on Facebook. This group is still up and running. You can go to it right now. But I left that group because of all of the arguments I had with these kinds of people. I took a firm stance. I think Sasquatch is, I have my own personal theories I went over. They said, sit the fuck down, Junior. Let me educate you on how this really works. Every time I gave my opinion, there was at least 3 or 4 of them in the comment section feeling this unquenchable desire to say, no, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sit down. We'll educate you, Sonny. You'll learn the truth.
Just this, like, it's just these people that are like, oh yeah, you guys need to learn this stuff, and if you don't learn it, you're dumb.
Yeah, like you're living a lie. I know the truth. You know, like I'm going about everything I've researched into. You're the only person. Okay, prior to this, I heard very little about this. Most researchers who tried to. They're trying their damnedest to get the scientific community on their side.
And then you have these people that are pretty much ruining it.
Like I said before, you know, I mean, well, we have hair samples. Maybe this and like a scientist, like, well, there's hair, there's blood. Maybe he turned invisible. Fuck it, I'm going home. You know what I mean? That's what the scientific community is like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then just like. And then they believe like that Bigfoot's like either like an interdimensional being, a paranormal creature, or an alien.
Okay, let me explain a couple of my problems with each one of those things.
Okay.
The interdimensional thing bothers me. If Bigfoot can travel through other dimensions, why doesn't it do it all the time? It's a fair question. It's seen by a person. You think its first impulse, oh shit, let me get out of here. Other dimension. Gone, right?
Right.
No, it's seen running away. It's not running to the dimension. They just see it run to the edge of the tree line. Or turning invisible. The most advantageous thing you could possibly fucking think of in the event of this situation, right?
Yeah, Bigfoot doesn't turn invisible. He just runs from people.
No, I think that invisibility crap is just how stealthy they are.
Right. And people assume that they move like so fast and everything that they turn invisible.
Yeah, they move so fucking fast you can't even see them.
They're fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah.
And then what about the alien theory?
Okay, like if these were I mentioned this earlier. They poop in the woods. They even make shelters out of woods. They make shelter out of sticks. They eat raw, bloody meat with their bare hands. And they have no technology. How does this sound like an advanced alien spacefaring race?
That is true. So and then the supernatural, and then that pretty much like also debunks like the supernatural being thing with the blood and the needing to eat.
I mean, if these were an advanced alien race, why are they living worse off than humans?
Like if they're an advanced like alien race, they could be like they could have houses, have families, have jobs, but
like why is the alien race living like wild animals in the woods? Are we just supposed to believe this hook, line, sinker?
Like there's a whole website called Bigfoot is an Alien, and they actually like believe this stuff, and it's insane. I go to it like every once in a while to have a good laugh at it.
Like, okay, here's another one. Mind speech.
The what?
Mind speech.
Oh, is it like psychic communication or?
Okay. Telepathic communication. Another thing I would always bother me is there always seems to be a communication barrier.
Yeah.
Correct? Where it's obvious if Bigfoot can actually speak, in most reports, they speak in this chattering language that doesn't even sound remotely human.
Right.
Okay, if we're able to communicate with us, do you think you hear stories of Bigfoot saying, "Human, put down the gun. I mean you no harm. I have the power of thought speech." I think you would hear that all the fucking time if they could.
Right. And hi, Maddie. How are you? But I mean, like, you would be able to hear this.
I know, like, you would think it would at least say something.
Mm-hmm.
At least something. At least this would happen often enough to where, like, you know what I mean? Mr. Hunter, don't shoot me with the gun. I am no harm. I am Bigfoot. I am friend to all forest animals and people.
And then, but I mean, they communicate with like grunts, whistles, and all this stuff.
Like tree knocking, grunts, whistles, chitter, chatter noises, all this other crap. I'm just saying, if they have psychic powers, they really are half-assing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Bigfoot really is as powerful as the Blue Believers say, he's half-assing and not living up to his full potential.
It's just dumb. Like the whole Woo theory is just dumb.
Alright. Let's get to the part where, okay, we'll go to 1 second. Let's get to the part that everyone's been wanting to hear.
Yeah.
I will read a couple of these out loud. A couple of what I said back and forth.
All right, let's get into this. And guys, just if you're not sitting down, you may want to sit down for this. It's a fucking roller coaster.
Okay. Here's the first one that happened, okay? Okay, here's one I have right here. I joined this group, and, okay, I said that the Yowie is a part of Aboriginal folklore from Australia, right?
Yeah.
And here's what this guy said, and responded said, 40,000 years ago, and he says this, okay, I said, this group, he says, I'm addressing a problem I have with your posting. I want to let you know and see, I want to let you know if I see one more post or comment that pertains to or contradicts Darwin or religion to get people upset, I will remove you from the group. So choose your post wisely, sir. I clearly see your motive.
So pretty much it's just this guy like trying to like be like, oh, you're using evolution. Jesus doesn't believe in evolution, neither do we, so
yeah. Okay, I said Darwin. You mean because I think Bigfoot is a creature that evolved? And he says, what does it mean if Bigfoot was here before humans? Who's to say they aren't the first humans? Oh, you're talking about how the Aborigines claim the Yowies were on Australia before they even got there. I said, how is it evolution? What does that have to do with evolution? If anything, it's more of history. We know for a fact that the Aborigines reached Australia 40,000 years ago. That's an issue of history, not evolution. And he's like, yes, I know this post will go. Religion, though. Are you saying I'm deliberately trying to piss off the Christians in the group? And yes, I am. You're pushing evolution. That will cause religious comebacks. You still understand. Don't play me a fool. Here's what I said. No, I think you're actually playing me for a fool by making assumptions that are based on your own suspicions rather than facts. Don't claim to know what's in my mind. You want to start shit with me because you have a vague suspicion? Fine. If you treat all your group members this way, it's going to bite you in the ass one day. I'm leaving. Fuck, right?
Yeah. And then that was the end of that one, wasn't it?
Oh my god, that was so fucking stupid. They were so strict because they don't want people fighting, but really, okay. I gotta say, when I started my group, a second group, even though it never got successful, what I was trying to do was to create a group just for people who believe in flesh and blood creatures.
Right.
Because I'm sick and tired of the fucking fighting between... I wanted to cut it out completely. They can have their own little happy, crazy la-la land, and I'll have my own groups that focus more on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't work. Okay, here's another thing. Ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Would you believe they are the first creation? That God created us after them, of His image? The only difference is that they keep the promise and did not bite the apple from the garden.
I love this one.
Okay. The Creator has kept the promise of taking care of them since the beginning. They know all about God and Jesus. They are interdimensional beings that have the ability to do astounding things. They are listed in the Bible, and no, they are not the descendants of Cain's sons. They have the ability to shapeshift. They live from energy of the sun and in the tree.
So are they fucking plants now? I can just imagine like that one SpongeBob episode, like Bigfoot sitting in the field, photosynthesis.
Yeah, fucking cutting chlorophyll until the blood comes out or some shit. Now, because they are listening. Okay, what is this? They are here to help us learn about love and how to heal the earth, our greatest gift to us from the Creator. Since I have known these wonderful people, I have met Jesus twice. Never met Jesus or God when I was in church. It's not about me or you. It's about everyone. I know very little about them until they whispered my name and showed me what they can do.
Wait, so did Jesus phase through the basement walls like the Bigfoot did? Like, what the hell?
Well, we're going to get to him in a minute. My life has changed 180 degrees out. I regret it? No. They are people just like you and me. They live, they love, they die. Except they do so tax-free. They are a harmonious group and have a great sense of humor. They are watching and listening as you write this. Fuck. So Bigfoot has Facebook, and he's just like, yep, that's me to a capital T, buddy. That's everything you need to know about me. Right?
Oh my God.
Open your heart, open your mind, see the truth for yourselves. Love and light to you. Oh my God.
I just love how the party's like, they live and die just like we do, except tax-free. They are a harmonious group and they have a great sense of humor.
Here's another one. Sasquatch is the creature originally classified as the Simon. They live in the third and fifth dimension. They were on Earth before us. Some Bigfoot are doomed here for eternity with the ability to walk in a different dimension, stripped from them for crimes they committed in the third dimension. Is it like some Rick and Morty type shit where like they have the council of Bigfoots from other dimensions?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, like the High Council of Sasquatch deemed Bigfoot from Dimension 4 guilty of crimes against Dimension 6. He is being punished for, you know what I mean?
It's just crazy shit.
Okay, that's where you get the vicious ones who kidnap and eat people. They're from the third dimension. But for the most part, they are mainly like the Nephilim in this video. Nice creatures who step into the third dimensions. The Simon will never be caught or put in a cage unless it volunteers to, which will never happen. A measly human could never catch a Bigfoot. Impossible.
Oh my gosh. Well, there goes my hopes and dreams for the next 5 years. This man just like frontal lobe flabbergasted my mind. Now I know I can't catch Bigfoot.
Okay, this other guy right here. At first, it sounds like he says this is really bringing. Okay, at first he sounds like he's doing something. At first, it sounds like he's onto something. Then he goes full on 100, takes a 180-degree turn and becomes a fucking nut job.
That's how they get you.
No, this really brings up the nutters, people. The church targeted anybody with special powers for hundreds of years. Then they were tortured them all to death. All the while, they were telling you these people were evil. The truth is that all of you are capable of amazing things. The things Sasquatch can do. These things are not evil. The Pope and his baby-eating, mind-controlling followers just ram that down your throat until you believe. They aren't demons. They are in touch with the natural birthright that all creatures have, including humans. ESPA, telekinesis, remote billing. Sasquatch can do it all. I can do it if it most. What the fuck? Can do most of it. He's just supposed to if it. You can too. Stop being brainwashed.
What the actual fuck?
Oh my God. No one's saying these things will rape, torture, and kill you faster than you can say cheese. seriously, homeboy, be careful. They're evil.
They're
Okay.
evil. Be careful. They're evil. They're coming for you. They're coming for you, Nutter Butters.
Like freaking mermaid man. Evil,
Man Ray.
Oh my god. Okay, not sure how old their species is, but I believe they hold on to ancient knowledge that allows them to. Okay, this is Sasquatch, Ontario. The guy who claims he recorded vocalization.
Yeah,
Okay.
Feel free to check him out, guys. Don't sub to him or anything. It's just a crazy nut job.
Okay, this is okay. His Facebook is Mike Patterson. Okay, this is what he said in a private conversation I had with him. Not sure how old this species is, but they believe hold on to ancient knowledge that allows them to manipulate the laws of physics. They're far more evolved than we are in natural ways. Fully telepathic, with the ability to mind speak, invisible, able to leave single prints in the snow without trackways.
Oh my gosh.
Naked objects appear from thin air, speak from a symbolic voice, visit inside our homes. There are no walls with them. This is what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, the ones where they can phase through.
As that's simply empty space when you get down to it, and they have the ability to contact you in our dreams. These are some of my experiences. So Bigfoot is interested in, what if they're having like a freaking, not to get, like, what if they're having a freaking embarrassing dream or whatever, and Bigfoot just randomly just pops into your dream? Will he be horrified by what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you're having a sexy dream or like just a dream where you're like running butt ass naked through like the metro parks or something, and Bigfoot just pops in.
Like Bigfoot can see the fantasies they have about a red-headed woman in a hot tub or something, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Bigfoot. Those are my private dreams, buddy.
No, it reminds me of that. It reminds. I swear now, like all these like woo believers get their ideas from SpongeBob, because this is like literally the plot of a SpongeBob episode where Dream SpongeBob goes into the multiple like his friends' dreams.
God, I remember that episode when I was little.
It's people. These woo believers get all their ideas from SpongeBob. That's what I'm believing right now.
He's going on to say, there's those who believe without first-hand experience, and those that know who could do it, who could have it, albeit the facts could be misinterpreted. Like I feel they're interdimensional due to their ability to visit me inside my home, in the middle of the city, giving vocals, visuals, physical contact, footprints, and other incidents that defy our understanding. It seems interdimensional, but perhaps there's a better term for it. Okay, so they're vocalizing in the cities now. You don't really hear a whole lot of reports from the cities. Every once in a while you hear something that someone in neighborhoods, like in rural areas, but like in the city, the neighbors don't hear this? Would the neighbors hear this?
They probably would.
He's hearing it only in his... Okay, it's like... Have you ever watched Venture Brothers?
I haven't in a long time, but I have, yes.
Okay, this is where like Phantom Limb kidnaps Billy, and he's talking to a freaking toaster in his shoe or whatever.
Yeah.
Why can't I hear that? Because the other guy says, that's because you're a sane individual.
Oh my god.
That's how it feels, right? Because he's communicating with him, even when he's hundreds of miles into a city.
Or it's like that one Rick and Morty episode where like those fucking like parasites take over the Sanchez house. We gotta keep an eye out for any zany, wacky characters, Morty. Ooh wee, I'm Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Morty gotta watch out for here. You know what I mean?
Ooh wee, I'm Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Okay, we're getting too far into like cartoon territory. We need to get back on track.
Yeah, back for the big feet.
Okay, what he's saying is, I believe they're both Tapas. They're flesh and blood with the ancient knowledge that allows them to manipulate and govern the natural laws that govern us. We have intuition. We sense things. We know things by intuition. these are correcting energies, something that we seem to have. Okay, that's like some yoga type shit, right?
Yeah, this is like he's literally describing Bigfoot as like the lost people of Atlantis. It's just
okay. So
it's just crazy.
Okay, we're moving on to Ernie right here. Ernie right here says that he was telepathically communicated by a Sasquatch to spread the word of Bigfoot to mankind, like he's fucking Moses reading the Ten Commandments.
It's like Bigfoot Jesus.
Pretty much.
I was walking and I went to the mountain and I heard Bigfoot cry out to me.
Ernie, you have the chosen child. Tell everyone about my foot problem.
Oh my God.
I don't have any shoes that'll ever fit me, Ernie. You must go out and tell the followers to make bigger shoes for my big feet.
And here's the funny thing, too. I decided to just take a look on Facebook, look at some of the different groups, right? And there actually is a Church of Bigfoot on Facebook.
Okay. I said, it seems to take away from the idea that these are actually creatures. These creatures are cousins of mankind, flesh and blood relatives of Homo sapiens. And he says, Tom, I am also a student of the Bible. After the resurrection of Jesus was interdimensional, while in his physical form could read the minds of the people he was interacting with. When we pray, what are we doing? We are thinking just thoughts. Many times believing God hears us. Have you ever been inspired to do something good? Have you ever had coincidences? Ever told you to do something not? The spiritual world is trying to communicate with you.
Oh my God.
Okay. Here's what he said after this. I said, I'm not going to be so blunt as to deny the possibility that there are many things in this world we don't understand about our own world.
Right.
That being said, I'm not interested in every mystery, biblical or magical. He says, fine with me. Your loss, not mine. Okay, that little fucking stinger at the end is what gets to me. Like I'm fucking missing out on something by not being a part of this.
It is Bigfoot cult.
I would say loss is a point of view. What one may consider a waste of time may be the same for another, and vice versa. To each their own searches. I try to be polite. In the early days before I lost my sense of patience to deal with these fucking people, I try to be as polite as possible. That doesn't work. Since you disagree with them, that's all that matters to them.
They all just freak the fuck out on you.
Okay. How quick people are willing to embrace the possibilities of BF having Bigfoot, you know what I mean? Having abilities beyond the humans, beyond our own. How easily people could run off to a medium and have their fortune told, but then reject the very book that speaks of spiritual things. I'm sure you don't fit any of this, but you've already admitted you believe in the spiritual flight of forest people. I never said I fucking did.
And I like the and there's like and also the people that call them forest people.
Okay, what if I would try to? Okay, I don't know. I mean, some people do call them the forest people, which I guess it sounds kind of Native American.
Yeah.
Maybe Native Americans consider them a tribe that lives in the forest, I guess.
That would make sense.
That means them more as an okay. I can understand that means you think of them more as an intelligent species other than just an animal.
Right.
But the way they're making it sound is like the forest people, like they're fairies.
Yeah. Like when I think forest people, I think of like little garden gnomes.
Yeah. Kinda, yeah. Not Bigfoot. I think of Bigfoot as, you know. Okay, well, okay. So when it comes, for the longest time I was asking people, when it comes to Bigfoot, are you a believer in the supernatural side of Bigfoot? Yes, I tend to believe that they at least have some knowledge acquired to bend light around them. It's like cloaking. They might have something to do with the cellular makeup of their hair.
No!
Okay, so here's another thing where I alluded to. Okay, here's what my post was saying, right? I said, okay, aliens and Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I said this much. The idea that something like Bigfoot could exist on another planet is not as insane as you would think. We have a phenomenon in nature called convergent evolution, where the similar environment produces a similar species, right?
Right.
Where you have like an ichthyosaur, a dolphin, and a shark all have the same kind of tail structure, right?
Yeah, but they're different animals.
Exactly, completely different animals have a similar body structure, because I'm saying it's not impossible to say that somewhere in the universe, an Earth-like planet could produce a primate-like creature.
That would resemble
right?
like what we know as Bigfoot.
That being said, I am completely skeptical that something like that is visiting Earth and looks exactly, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they said that we located a wildlife camera before I knew it. It was useless. Gear. First, okay, here's another thing to point out in the Woo phenomenon is technology just seems to sputter out whenever Bigfoot's around, right?
Yeah.
We can't get any good pictures of Bigfoot because he is using his magnetic, whatever, electronic, whatever, to fucking,
He shot thunderbolts out of his eyeballs.
Yeah, like he's using electromagnetic pulses to fry all of man's technology.
Because he doesn't want to be seen.
No, I think it's because most cameras take shit photos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a video camera that can't take photos of shit. You know what I mean? I only does good close-ups, never good distance shots.
That's why a lot of cryptid videos, not just Bigfoot ones, are just like the blurriest, like ugliest thing you'll ever see in your life.
But he says if located. Before it was used as what we got was a picture of a forest person. We instead got a picture of a weird light shining down from different angles. It couldn't have been a helicopter. The camera was triggered by light wind from the south. That went on.
Did he say Bigfoot got like? Did he say Bigfoot hopped into a helicopter?
No, he's saying that went on for 20 minutes. Within the week, I saw 2 more UFOs. One in midday. I saw the last one a couple weeks ago. I never seen a UFO before I started to interact with Bigfoot.
Oh my god.
Also, they manipulated my recorder recently. That would tell me why they're familiar with electronics and how they operate.
That dude just needs a new video camera.
Okay, the idea of them fucking with cameras, I think, is an explanation for that.
Yeah.
Not because they know what a camera is. There's no way in hell they could know what a video camera even is. But trail cams make infrared light, and they don't like infrared light. They avoid it or smash it.
Right, or like could be like sending out some frequencies that hey, they don't like this, so they just try to destroy it or avoid it.
Yeah, I don't think it's they actually. How the hell would an animal that lives its entire life in the woods know what the hell a camera is?
Like, I mean, like we get like raccoons like all the time on trail cams. Like after a while, you think they know what a trail cam is, but no, they're animals. They don't know what a trail cam is.
Here's another one. I think his name is Jim Lines or whatever. Okay. And are not fallen in God's plan like we are. They live in family units. They are empathetic. They can live for 400 years. Now, here's the harder to get stuff. They are beings of light and can change shape, including orbs. And humans have he says humans have Indu. What the fuck is that?
So the shape-shifting light people.
There's a day they can merge with the trees for substance. They do not kill for food. Okay? They can be angry because they use portals. My picture is They mind speak. They can heal us, though. They've healed people from a sore foot to terminal cancer. Dude, I would fucking pay everything for fucking Dr. Bigfoot to work his magic, you know what I mean?
Just Dr. Bigfoot, like, forces a clump of hair in your mouth, you're all good. Just hold on, let me heal you, bucko. Like, lifts his arm up, rips some of his armpit hair off, forces it in your mouth. You're cured.
He starts it down like a fucking 8-year-old with terminal cancer. You know what I mean? Like,
you're all cured now, bucko.
Like fucking shoves a wad of hair like some fucking 8-year-old kid with terminal cancer, bro. You know what I mean?
Bigfoot has Bigfoot's magical powers. Bigfoot's magical foot ointment cures your crippled foot.
Oh my god, like something's fucked up. And I know, like, we're probably gonna alienate a couple people by like saying that, but like getting into fucked up territory. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just like, here, this will cure Bigfoot, and it's just like this will cure your foot. And it's just Bigfoot hands him a vial of like his own urine to rub on his foot or something. There you go. Put this on your foot, and you'll be good as new, Charles.
Okay, so here's what they're saying. And if one of us knows they do all because they telepathic link, Dr. J was the guy I was talking about earlier who says he was physically contacted Foot.
Yeah.
He now goes Guardian to do others in our grouping. They go, yeah, some kind of cult sounding fucking shit right there.
Yeah.
You don't just tell anyone your family would lock you up if you told them what he could do. Neither did Dr. J when he went down the rabbit hole. He was found with a blood clot that would have killed him.
No, not Dr. J. Oh,
I said, and I'm saying this is way too much to believe. From leg to chest, it would be inoperable, fatal. The docs found it after and couldn't believe it.
What kind of crack is this man on?
I said, I hate this because it makes the subject sound so unappealing. He says, I feel the opposite. I find the paranormal aspects fascinating and help me think of an afterlife. God, that they're closer to us than you think. They believe in us. They believe in Jesus. Unlike us, they never fell from God's good graces like we did in the fallen angels. They live in harmony with nature. It's not just hearing about the woo stuff. It's hearing what I experienced. Most of it would not be possible unless the woo were true. My friend, who was the most ignorant of all of this, including even regular Bigfoot stories, had more happen to her because of that. I believe because she is a gentle soul with an open mind and caring and unafraid.
What? Oh my god.
Okay, so it's like a fucking movie, Cry Wilderness, where only the kind-hearted people can see Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's like sounds like a fucking Disney movie plot.
Is that what they're trying to fucking say? Like, I can tell you if you experience it, what I experienced cannot be fake. No, it can be hallucinated with a little red lump you probably have growing in the side of your brain, but...
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's like...
No, just some people are fucking nuts, man.
Jesus. You wonder where they come up with this.
Like, who just wakes up one day and is like, oh yeah, Bigfoot is the ghost of Michael Jackson. That's a Bigfoot call. Get him, boys. The Mountain Monsters team just busts out chasing down the ghost of Michael Jackson, Bigfoot.
Alright. There's more. Okay. I can tell you what I experienced cannot be faked. Okay. everything my friend experienced supports the idea that the intelligent humans far older and superior to us. Totally gentle and not animals in any way, shape, or form. There were 25 people with us. Most of them had experiences, and I did. Oh my god.
There are 25 people with us.
None of us saw a hairy biped gorillas or the like. He's got speech. He doesn't even fucking writing complete sentences. It's like the letter B-I for bipeds, or fucking N for instead of and. You and no one else. She's a fucking hillbilly. Missing link apes do not exist. Sudden surprise encounters.
Wait, so he just called bipeds? He just used B-I to describe them?
Yeah, B-I-peds. He doesn't spell the word biped. He spells B-I and then peds.
Wait, so does that mean, like, that could mean anything? That means it could be, like, bisexual peds? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, sudden surprise encounters where okay, these are cases of them protecting people from us. It worked. The Native Americans all said they are hairy people, not apes.
My whole life has been a lie.
Apparently they are what they are. Okay. Moving on. Oh, man. Like, I agree with what one researcher from Australia said. Okay. He says, he loves what I was trying to do. He says, I find it hard to tolerate and be nice to the people who believe in the pixie, fairy, alien stuff. It would come under the heading of bullshit of me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bullshit, you know what I mean? He said after actually seeing what these guys really are, he does not tolerate the crazy people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can understand. There's one woman named Deborah Wilson claiming. Do you remember the weird weekly news?
Yeah.
I had Bigfoot's baby. And she posted on her Facebook, my son and I, Harry, like she had Bigfoot's baby.
I remember her. Oh my god.
Okay, we're about to get into the longest ones and one of the craziest ones.
Alright, guys, sit down, buckle your seatbelt, take your socks off if they haven't been blown off already, because this is about to get really fucking weird if you thought it couldn't get any weirder.
Okay, this is the guy who talked about Bigfoot being engineered by, angel vessels or whatever. Remember that guy?
That's right, him.
Alright. Bigfoot DNAs have human. The female part, the other half is whatever you wish to call them. Aliens, demons, whatever. When fallen angels slept with human women, the children were giants. When they were killed in the flood, those giants became evil spirits.
Oh no!
Angels. Come on, let me start. They do not rest like mortal souls in a sleep, but miss their old giant bodies. Hence, their daddy fallen angels give evil humans the knowledge of good. No, evil. How to manipulate DNA, create scorpions, alligators, wasps, and all manner of poisonous snakes to wound and kill humans, which they hate. I'm gonna fucking stop you right there, because the last part, more so than the first part, pissed me off.
Oh my god.
Okay. He's saying biological creatures were created by evil fallen angel spirits to torment mankind.
The fuck?
Last time I checked, animals act out of instinct, not by some hidden desire to hurt mankind, but okay.
That's what the government wants you to believe.
Like, sharks only kill 5 people a year. If they were created by evil fallen angels to wipe out mankind, they're doing a shit job.
And like scorpions, like people like really don't get attacked by them.
Unless you step on them, they like sting you or some shit.
I mean, that's just because they're worried they're gonna get squished if they don't do something.
I know, but he's saying alligators and wasps and shit like that. You know what I mean? We're created by these evil Sasquatch. Okay, we humans were created in God's image. Angels are created to serve us, not the USA. Us humans. Okay, that's a stupid fucking. Okay, that was a pointless little side note, right?
Right.
Dead giants are very evil spirits who, like Daddy, like fallen angel daddies. He keeps saying fucking fallen angel daddies.
Is this like a new fetish or something I don't know about?
Oh, angel daddy, spank me harder.
Oh my god.
I'm hoping everyone who's listening to this is going to think, Thomas isn't serious at all. He's just some good, you know what I mean? He's being, you know what I mean? But I'm serious, but like, the only kind of attitude you can take with this kind of crazy shit is just laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are just batshit.
Okay. They need and desire fleshy bodies to wreak havoc upon humans. No big stretch or fallen angels to shapeshift into aliens from other planets. Say whatever you want. Say whatever planet name you want to hear. Give me the plans for interstellar crap. And they saw in heaven before they being kicked out.
Aliens in disguise this whole time. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Aliens in disguise. More than me. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Bigfoot. Takes his head off. Psych, we're here to fucking enslave your race, bitches. Goodbye, humans. This is our planet now.
Okay, like humans. Okay, below us in the fallen angels were sent. Humans in the looking call up fallen angels to curse others. Humans can call down good angels from heaven to protect us from the evil person's curses. In the same way, Bigfoot can be a hybrid of human DNA and extracted bone from the giant tooth. Smithsonian confiscated giant bones. So we saying the Smithsonian has Nephilim bones on file.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh my god. Simply fallen angels, demons, aliens sleeping with our human women, or they're implanted during alien fallen angel abductions in spacecraft constructed for them by the evil men given plans like a real society. Okay, what the fuck? They were, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Religion, UFOs, Bigfoot, Dogman, Catman. What the fuck is a Catman?
I have no fucking clue, but they talked about it.
And ghosts, poltergeist, demons, they're all inexorably bonded together, for they are in a plan to separate man from his God in order to worship. Oh my god. In order to worship an imposter who will pretend to be saving them from ourselves. Not unlike Christ saving us from our sins and evil spirits. Yes, a daddy fallen angel can engineer and mix giant DNA. Will give us our to even woman. Thus can have white, red, black, or brown, or silver colored Bigfoot, just like human skin. And if you can manipulate DNA, you can pretty much turn that 80-year time limit. You just fucking quote Abraham Lincoln.
He just literally just destroyed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh my god. Or just replace that portion of DNA with the one that does not age as quickly as the female DNA host. You have a sample prototype. You can let them breed. And just hope that a fallen angel spirit. He's fucking nuts, but he has an but he's got like a convoluted imagination.
Yo, this would make a fucking great sci-fi novel.
I know. Once you have a sample prototype, you can let them breed. Then just hop into a fallen angel spirit as a fallen angel. You see why some people cannot distinguish the spiritual aspect, wanting to claim Bigfoot is simply a forest person or an ape. Yet they can become invisible at will, like ghosts, and pass into other dimensions when chased, shot at, even climb and jump off cliffs. Oh my god.
Yo, where can I pick up my copy of this book?
This is from one post.
Yo, he should write a book. Where can I pick up my fucking copy? I want like 10 of these.
This is just one post he did on my page.
He wrote a fucking novel.
Okay. Oh my god. So he's saying, yes, some can remain unpossessed, just like normal apes, but their bodies range in your terrain to terrify and destroy mankind. So Bigfoots are the harbingers of the end times, and their bodies are for demons to use.
They're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
That'd be fucking awesome if it was all a bunch of Sasquatch, like Grim Reaper Sasquatch.
Yo, just like riding like fucking horses or like Pegasus or like war unicorns or something.
No, but just like some humans resist possession, so too can some Bigfoot resist possessions and be friends with humans. Honestly, aren't you more afraid of home invasions and robberies and rape than being possessed by humans acting like animals? Then bothered by unpossessed Bigfoot acting like shy humans wanting to hide in the forest?
This is blowing my mind. This guy's facts are like literally blowing my mind. Holy shit.
Okay, let me get there. Then being possessed by, hadn't have nothing to do with man, except maybe eat some cake or food left on a picnic table while hunting.
So are they fucking Yogi Bear?
Or cat food off a porch, or some leftover lasagna or pizza from the trash bin. Think about it. History repeats itself. That is why the cover-ups want you to have nothing to do with the Bible, Jesus, or recorded history of angels sleeping with human women.
So they're pretty much Yogi Bear. They steal off of picnic tables. They specifically mentioned lasagna, so they're pretty much Yogi Bear, Garfield hybrids.
Okay, and then Freddy. Did you ever meet Freddy?
Huh?
From my group. Freddie Peck. You ever met him from my group?
Oh, him, yeah.
Okay, so Freddy is just like fucking trolling this guy after this, right?
Oh, Freddy's a fucking legend.
So Freddy is just trolling this nutcase because Freddy went on a hunting trip and saw Sasquatch hunting deer and shit. You know what I mean? He knows that there's regular fucking animals, right?
Right.
Freddy's just fucking trolling this guy, and his name is Dexter S. Walden. Yeah, try saying that fucking name right. Comes to me and says, Thomas, can you block Freddy from commenting or just flush him altogether or lose real contributors like myself?
And with this being said, guys, even though the guy doesn't know his facts, just please don't look him up online and please don't harass him.
You can if you want to. I don't give a shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why does he belittle insulting people who post their thoughts and experiences? You call this a fucking experience?
That's more like a fucking acid trip.
Alright, you got one more to get through.
We got time, so we're good to go.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you like about another 30 minutes because at that point it'll be like approaching a 2-hour mark.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm gonna read through this one more. Another one is from Mike Patterson, who is actually Sasquatch, Ontario. And there's an interlude between that and another one I have. And one more from Mike Patterson.
All right.
Okay, this one's from Mike Patterson, aka Sasquatch, Ontario.
Yeah.
When all is said and done, the reality of their experience is known throughout. We know them as other older, wiser, more intelligent brothers, sisters who hold ancient knowledge that allows them to live among us without detection Anyone who dismisses their paranormal abilities simply based on personal belief is closing themselves to the full potential of understanding. Basically, he's saying anyone who doubts him is an idiot.
You don't doubt the power of Bigfoot, boy!
Ongoing contact will show their interdimensional ability, their mind speak, their telepathy, their ability to visit you inside your home and influence your dreams, and so much more. We condition to deny something like this happening.
What, so is Bigfoot my fairy godmother now?
Guys, fucking watch a version of Cinderella where the fairy godmother was Bigfoot.
Just this big, hairy ape.
But like, he's gonna sing the fucking song from the fucking Disney Cinderella.
Oh no.
I would fucking pay to see that shit.
I would love it.
Okay, so from my understanding, we are in the midst of a great reveal of their people, and one simply has to take a look at how much the subject has changed over the past years. See the increase of their activity. More and more people are witnessing their paranormal aspect. Not really. Not a whole lot of people are. It has little to do with technology and much to do with their choice of revealing their existence. No, they seem to be doing the opposite and drawing further away from humankind. But whatever floats your boat, crazy. And I assume that they vary in their abilities and are believed to have learned and developed. Believe some are much more powerful than others. Well, I assume there are different types, and I assume that there are varying abilities. They're not manipulated or suppressed from the truth as we are. But they are reaching out to us and making contact with people, allowing them to see their abilities and the fact that they are people that can manipulate electronics, leave an item right in front of them, and they will show their presence, whether it's location or at a home. It doesn't matter. They know your intention. They can read us and have a genuine curiosity and good intentions towards them, gain them much more insight.
Oh my god.
He says, then those running around in camo, putting up trail cams, thinking they can fool them. Only a fool thinks they can fool the Sasquatch.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of a break from that one, and we're going to come to this guy named Dave Bacara. Okay, Dave Bacara says, the fact that good, honest people have reported sightings of Mothman, Dogman, and numerous other non-relic humanoid creatures totally nullifies and voids and utterly disqualifies the evolutionary missing link nonsense. So what he's saying is, humanoid creatures disproves human evolution. Like, it's not possible that other creatures could evolve to walk on two legs like humans. No. The fact that they exist means that human evolution doesn't exist.
Oh my god.
It's a complete fabricated bedtime story that is meant to show keep slow and uneducated minds asleep. There is more than enough excellent experience and eyewitness testimony that if research will point in your decision, you point you in the right direction. Okay, he's telling this to me, saying I'm an ignorant bastard for believing what I do.
That's not the right way to go about things. Like, if you want to get your message across, you gotta be nice and, like, accepting of others and be like, hey, this is what I think. Maybe, like, can we, like, no, you just don't think people are, the guy's a dumbass.
You can always chase the big monkey. They will always be 2 steps ahead of you. The answer is the woo, and the woo is advanced science that we do not fully understand. They're there. They've been there for a long time, and most importantly, they're not the only cat in the bag.
Did he really call him that, the big monkey?
Oh my god.
You're after you can follow the big monkey, but it'll always be 2 steps ahead of you. I fucking love that.
Oh my god.
The big monkey.
Like I said, I tried to tolerate this shit for 4 months straight, and it made me want to tear my fucking hair out.
Oh my god. I don't blame you on that. This shit's fucking wild.
You give people an inch, they try to walk a mile over you.
Just to prove their point, which they can never prove.
No, they get so incredibly defensive when you call them out on this shit.
And they're like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, and here's why you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, right here, right now.
It's like someone trying to, okay. It's like they're trying to look for a murder weapon at the scene, and all you find are like fucking shoestrings or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not finding any solid proof. It's just something just stupid and inconsequential that has nothing to do with the bigger picture.
Those shoestrings could have came from the murderer, and it's just dumb.
No, but they will take those shoestrings that have nothing to do with the actual investigation and present them as fact. That's what they fucking do, you know what I mean? They have no real understanding over any of this, but they have vague feelings that they understand the bigger picture.
Right.
Do actual fucking research on the subject, and you will come across consistent, verifiable information versus the one-time only type of shit that comes out of their mouths.
I remember when Bigfoot phased through my wall and sang me a bedtime song, and I fell asleep in his arms.
Alright. Before we get into the last big one, here's one more interlude, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I have one more big one to read from, but here's a smaller one in between that I got recently. Okay,
Alright, let's hear it.
Sometime from someone named Reva. Sometimes they are flesh and blood, other times they are interdimensional. That can come and go at will. They use quantum entanglement practices. Is that even a real fucking word? Quantum entanglement practices. For real?
What the fuck is quantum entanglement?
Which very few of us can totally understand, but can materialize anywhere they want and disappear as suddenly. Most are friendly forward people, but remember, there are some of those that are not so friendly, such as on our own society. It's Reva McCamus. This shit. Okay, what the fuck is quantum? Whatever the fucking using the phrase like. Never mind. I never even heard of that quantum entanglement practices. I never even heard of that phrase before.
I don't know what the fuck quantum entanglement is.
Do I even want to know? No, I think I'm going to just move on. Okay, we got one more to read. And it's from, the last one is from Mike Patterson. Who, Sasquatch, Ontario. Mr. Magic Wall Man.
Mr. Magic Wall Man.
That's going to be his new name.
Hi, I'm Mr. Magic Wall Man, and I'm
my Bigfoot came through my magic wall. Can magically go through walls. Just call me Mr. Magic Wall Man.
Okay, so I typed in quantum, and one of the first search results was quantum entanglement. I'm curious. Is a physical phenomenon that occurs when pairs or groups of particles are generated, interact, or share spatial proximity in ways such as the quantum state of each particle cannot be described independently of the state of others, even when the particles are separated by a large distance. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means.
I guess so. I mean, I tried chemistry and I couldn't really get into it. I'm guessing this is something along those lines. But you know what? Let's give Magic Wallman his spotlight on tonight's show.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's give him his crowning glory.
Let's do it.
The denial, in my opinion, really shows the conditioning and brainwashing of the masses. It's not as bad as it was, but to turn the clocks back a bit and mention E.T. or Bigfoot, you'll be mocked, shunned, and ridiculed. Okay, well, no shit. Even if I believe in aliens and Bigfoot, and you know what? You will be ridiculed for that. That's one thing.
It is, yeah, you will. Like, everybody who does will eventually at some point.
That is from the conditioning, again, in my opinion, done purposely to keep us from learning the great truth. Okay, he's saying people are brainwashed into mocking people who believe in this stuff by somebody.
What the fuck?
It's not that just the people are ignorant and stupid, and you know what I mean. It's got to be something. It's got to be they're manipulated to hate people who believe in the paranormal. Is what he's saying.
Oh my god.
Okay. That is from the conditioning, and again, in my opinion, done purposely to keep us from learning the great truth that has the capacity to change the course of the human race.
But what the fuck is the great truth that he's talking about?
Okay, he doesn't say. This truth doesn't just rock the boat, and we know more about science. We know how much science deplores rocking the boat. It sinks the boat. This is literally a paradigm shift for humanity. What is? The Sasquatch truth will shatter the foundation of the enslaved, corrupt system that has been instilled upon us. If you can't see it, we're all being played. You're asleep. Sasquatch, from my understanding, are flesh and blood as we see them, but they have knowledge, ancient knowledge, that they've held on to the laws in the transverse dimensions, manipulate natural laws to their own advantage. We're all supernatural creatures. Only the Sasquatch have a greater understanding of the unseen existence that surrounds us. My own experiences, which are very substantial. Yeah, fucking right. Now, amounts of supporting evidence show the truth that is being denied, shoved under the rug by some involved in this subject who are in positions of authority, held back. Oh, God.
Oh, God. This guy's fucking nuts.
Because we are not ready yet, and others are suspected of nefarious reasons. The way I see it, we're out of time. Put the truth out and let the cards fall where they may. Sasquatch are people, but are different from us. They're older and wiser, and they know the key to our origins. You really know those who think in positions of power want us to know this?
Wait, so does Bigfoot fucking run Ancestry.com or something?
Let me finish. Do you really think the corrupted evil that runs our countries want the masses to be awakened? Hell no. Sasquatch is the truth. It's a massive threat to their corrupt ways. The beauty of it all is no humans can stop this. Sasquatch truth is on the horizon. It's coming out. We live in exciting times. It's going to fake out. I think I just read about just about every one of them right by now.
Oh my god. So he said, like, Bigfoots have the key to our ancestors, so Bigfoot fucking runs Ancestry.com now.
Oh my god.
I love this so much. The people are nuts, but what they say is funny as all fuck.
In comparison to people like Bob Gimlin, you ever heard that again? Okay, not just famous Bob Gimlin, by the YouTuber Bob Gimlin. You've heard of him?
Yeah.
In comparison to the guy who takes everything with a grain of salt, is calm and logical completely, right?
Yeah.
You have people like that in the community. On the other end of the spectrum, okay, you have fucking nutcases.
Like this.
Okay, like fucking Bob takes all of his facts and considers them carefully from his sources before he presents them in his videos, versus fucking Sasquatch Ontario, which seems to be making this shit up as he goes along.
And like you said, his ex-girlfriend confirmed to you that he's full of shit and he's a fucking liar.
I know.
Oh, that's great.
So that's just my bottom line is Minty's bullshit faking, people not understanding what they're actually seeing, or mentally deluded crazy people who believe this shit, even though it's, you know what I mean?
Even though people just, honestly, a lot of people in today's society, they're pretty gullible nowadays.
The sad part is they seem okay. Like you think they are a bigger part of the Sasquatch community. Sadly,
The woos.
yeah. What will deter? Okay, what pushes scientists further and further away from this are these people. The remote chance of even someone in a professional might even take it seriously is destroyed by these people.
So they're not even doing anything for the community, just creating more shit that people don't need.
It makes everyone who believes in the subject look bad, and they make, you know what I mean? But they don't care because they believe it as fact, they believe it as truth.
Oh my god. Fuck, if they say all that, I might as well be the fucking Pope. Oh my god.
Yeah, you might as well be the Pope to them because, you know what? Just make it up as you go along.
Yeah. Oh,
What if now they're actually spending time in the woods? They're actually spending time just reading over everyone's account. Who needs all that when you have the magic of Bigfoot Jesus contacting and blasting your subconscious with all of this need-to-know information about daddy fallen angels and spacecraft?
Oh, Bigfoot's secretly everyone's sugar daddy is a spiritual Santa Claus.
Jesus.
People are nuts.
I'm just saying, after 4 months of trying to deal with this shit, it was more detrimental to what I wanted to do versus, you know.
Right.
All right. There's one more thing I want to read before I head off, though.
All right, let's hear it.
No, this isn't actually something crazy, but this is what I said. My official stance on the subject. Let me pull it up. All right, give me a minute.
All right, take your time. But yeah, people are crazy, dude.
All right, here's one of the things I said. A lot of you are probably wondering where I've been. Well, I've been dissatisfied with the way things have turned out. After 4 months, I haven't gotten anywhere with this group. Because every time I try to give my 2 cents on the subject, one of you almost feels the compulsion to basically say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Well, don't worry, you ignorant shit. I'm going to educate you. Well, I got sick and tired of it. It's almost always the woo believers who do this to me. I let everyone have the right to their opinion. It was completely abused. I would never have thought I would get so much criticism for taking a scientific approach to Bigfoot. But apparently that's what happens every time I try to have a serious discussion on the subject. I don't share opinion on woo. I do not believe in it. and trying to force me to believe it is not going to work. If anything, it makes it very unappealing to me. To the people who have been respectful, you have my thanks, but I think this group will do better without me.
And which group was this? Was this...
Skookum Valley.
Oh, okay. Now, I have no idea who the fuck's in charge of that. I remember I tried to join that group one day just to see what it was about, and I got rejected from the group, so...
But that was like my stance on leaving.
It just all went downhill from there.
All right, okay. Last thing, and then we're gonna have to probably call it.
All right.
Okay. As of this moment right now, this group has but one rule. The primary rule is focused on Bigfoot being a flesh and blood animal of our world, following the same rules and guidelines that define our reality, like an undiscovered type of great ape or relic hominid population. So no longer room for supernatural origins. This pertains but is not limited to another dimension, their ghosts, government experience, biblical Nephilim, or beings from the future. Also, supernatural abilities like cloaking, portal opening is not allowed. My idea of wanting to separate Sasquatch from the phenomenon, from the paranormal, and into the realms of science. Okay, people have said this is narrow-minded not to consider all avenues when it comes to a subject like Bigfoot. But if we go by the woo idea, it contradicts the majority of sightings itself most of the time. If Bigfoot has these abilities, why are reports of them using them in the minority? One would think turning invisible would be a go-to response when they are seen. Or if they had better means to communicate, wouldn't they say, "Please, Mr. Hunter, don't shoot me"? I seldom hear these reports. And some of the woo phenomenon, like I mentioned, contradicts the next fact. I've heard plenty of people claim they alone know the true nature of Bigfoot, and we're all living a lie. Funny how the next person claims the exact same thing, but very different details. One said they are God's firstborn children here to love us. The other said they are evil giants from the Bible. Which is it? Are they man's best friend or man's enemy? You both claim you alone know the truth, but it's different. What I look for in the reports is consistency, which is pretty commonplace in many of the reports that portray Sasquatch as just another animal. But the behaviors and patterns are the same as all the rest. I do not claim that I alone know the true nature of Bigfoot. I haven't seen one yet. And hey, my theories could be wrong. But until then, I would rather have a theory to stick with to organize my thoughts. Instead of blindly following everything I hear, which is another thing that bothers me about woo believers. They expect me to believe them at face value without anything to back up their claims. It's basically the equivalent of a religious person saying, all my beliefs are L, which is what happens in other groups. I was going on my personal opinion. Rather than actually participating in a discussion, they would much rather say the equivalent of, "Hey, you dumb ignorant bastard, your ideas are wrong. Sit the hell down and let me educate you because I'm the one who knows the truth. You don't know a damn thing about what you're talking about." My theories could be wrong. I'm just expressing my opinion. Not an excuse to start an argument that is utterly pointless and will go nowhere. And what's wrong with taking a scientific perspective? Our world has clear, proven rules that everyone and every living thing has been subjected to since the dawn of time. If you're suggesting that Bigfoot is the exception to the rules, I would much rather have proof of this than vague information which may or may not be true. True, it's wrong to assume everyone is a liar, but another factor to consider is mental illness that can cause visions. Just saying, when it comes to the more grandiose claims that have nothing to back it up, take it with a grain of salt. Now, there are those who claim that removing the supernatural from Sasquatch severely limits the potential discussions one can have on it. I disagree. There are plenty of things we can discuss if we treat Bigfoot as an actual animal. You agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people agree with me. That basically just sums up the entire conversation we just had over the past 2 hours.
Pretty much.
That pretty much just summarizes my own opinions. But my bottom line is, despite what you would think, most shows about Bigfoot try to show everyone holding hands or some campfire stories. But like any other phenomenon, it has people split down the middle, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a lot of factions, there's a lot of infighting between the different groups, so they have their opinion. I went my way, they can go their own way.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, like, as long as they're not hurting anybody, they can believe what they want to believe, but I mean, but forcing it down people's throats still isn't right, so.
I wanted to separate it's kind of like I did a whole whatever fucking Bill of Rights thing, separate church from state kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep the grandiose claims separate from the meat of the research. And apparently that pissed so many people off where apparently my other group never got off its feet.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Oh, well. Alright, we're going to have to cut this short in a second because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Alright, same here.
Alright, I hope you got everything you needed.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show. You're more than welcome to come back again. We can talk about, like, another Bigfoot subject at some point if you'd like, or something else. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come back again.
Alright, I appreciate it, Parker.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Alright, I'll try to keep in touch.
Alright, good night, man.
Good night.
Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, be sure to like it. Dislike it if you dislike it, but I heard if you dislike it, Psychic Bigfoot will telepathically assault your mind if you don't like this video. So be sure to like this video. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the Crypto Crew today, and that bell notification so you know when I upload videos. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching Cryptocast. I've been your host, Parker. Have a great weekend. A good week, or a good rest of your week. Stay spooky, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Bye, guys. And it can end at any point. There we go. There we go.